Some more food for thought from Knaphill Baptist Church. It's almost Advent when I speak these words, and it's almost Christmas. For the idea of many people, it's probably already Christmas, because we are in the dark time of the year, and we can buy our Christmas trees and our Christmas presents, so it's the Christmas season. In this time of the year, the church often reads from the Gospel of Luke. And in our church we will read some of the stories from Luke chapter 1 during Advent, and the Christmas story itself, as many people know, is found in Luke chapter 2 in the Bible. So Luke's Gospel plays an important role in Advent and for Christmas. And what I would like to do today is to give you the introduction to Luke's Gospel, to read the first couple of verses from Luke and to say a few things about them. So let's read from Luke's Gospel, chapter 1 from verse 1. 2 long sentences. Many have undertaken to draw up an account of the things that have been fulfilled among us, just as they were handed down to us by those who from the first were eyewitnesses and servants of the word. With this in mind, since I myself have carefully investigated everything from the beginning, I too decided to write an orderly account for you, most excellent Theophilus, so that you may know the certainty of the things you have been taught. I said 2 long sentences. In the original text, in the original Greek, in fact it's 1 long sentence. Luke writes 1 long sentence to begin his gospel, and that shows that he is trying to write as a really good historian. Good historians at that time wrote long Greek sentences, and Luke indicates that he wants to be a historian. And also in the content of what he says, he claims to be a historian. He says that he has researched all the things that he's going to write about. He was not an eyewitness to these events, but he knows the stories as they've been told, and he has written accounts about what happened, and now he's going to write an orderly account for Theophilus, who must be a friend of his, maybe somebody interested in Jesus. And over time, people have tested the writings of Luke, and they have investigated whether Luke is indeed a good historian, and people have found that Luke is correct whenever we can check him out. He has got the facts correct. So that gives us a lot of confidence in what Luke is writing in his story about Jesus. His story about the birth of Jesus and then also the later ministry of Jesus, up to his death on the cross and his resurrection. So we can trust Luke, we can trust the Christmas story, we can trust the Advent stories. Luke claims that he is a good historian by writing this beginning to his gospel, and he has been proven correct. So we know that Jesus was indeed born in Bethlehem almost 2000 years ago. Now that in itself is interesting, it's good to know, it's good to have that certainty. The main thing, of course, is Jesus also living in you, in your heart? If he was just born in Bethlehem, that's not so terribly important. The main question is, does he now live in your heart as well?